Hello there, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Let's tap into the energy around your connection and the person you're focused on and see what Spirit wants to reveal today. As always, keep what resonates with your heart and release anything that isn't meant for you. All right, Cancer, let's get into your reading. All right, the energy coming through today is this, and it holds something genuinely powerful for you. This person is not looking at anybody else, and their heart is quietly consumed by you. You may have questioned where their attention truly rests, but the cards leave no room for doubt. Their focus has not wandered, and there is a stillness inside of them that only you create. What pulls them toward you is not surface attraction, it reaches into something ancient and spiritual. They feel bound to your presence, and nothing outside of you carries that same magnetic gravity. A rhythm lives between you two, and it does not exist with any other person in their world. This is not a connection they built on impulse. It grew from a place they cannot name. You occupy a space inside their awareness, and nobody else has ever come close to reaching it. The cards today are confirming every piece of that. So, let us go ahead and dive in. Let us get into this because the first card we have for you today is the Empress. This one speaks volumes right away, and it carries an unmistakable warmth about your connection together. The Empress radiates deep nourishment, pointing to a bond that feeds this person at the soul level. They view you as utterly irreplaceable, and what they feel for you transcends anything words can capture. You awaken something fertile and alive inside of them, something no other person has ever touched. With the Empress here, their devotion is rooted in reverence for everything you carry within you. They are not scanning the room for alternatives because what you bring is unmatched to them. It is not just attraction that holds them still, it is awe wrapped in a quiet certainty. This card confirms that you nourish their spirit in ways they have never experienced from anybody. Their pull toward you is organic, and it blooms naturally without force or any hesitation at all. You hold a quality that makes them feel whole, and they have searched for that feeling everywhere. The next card coming through is the Six of Cups, and it shifts everything even deeper. Now, this card carries a sense of familiarity, like your souls have already known each other before. The attraction they hold for you is woven into memory, reaching far past this single lifetime. A recognition lives in their spirit whenever they are near you, and they cannot fully explain it. It feels like returning home, and that is precisely why no other person captures their attention. They have tried to rationalize this pull, but the draw toward you defies every logical thought. Their connection to you exists in a place, one that formed long before either of you arrived here. Nothing manufactured this bond, and nothing shallow could sustain it the way it has been sustained. The Six of Cups confirms that what they feel is rooted in lifetimes, not just in moments. You are familiar to their soul in a way that bypasses explanation, and they feel it constantly. The pull never weakens with distance, and it never fades with time because it was never temporary. Then we have the Star, and this final card seals everything the reading has been building. The Star holds a hope that is pure and unshakable, confirming their unwavering faith in you. This person looks at you and sees something luminous, something that silences every distraction around them. They are spiritually drawn to your light, and nothing temporary could ever replace that radiant presence. You represent a kind of peace they did not believe existed, and now they cannot look away. The Star does not waver here, and neither does the devotion this person holds deep within them. Every card today shows that this attraction is not casual. It is sacred and deeply intentional. You are not one of many choices for this person. You are the only one that feels real. Their soul recognized you before their mind caught up, and that is the truth of this reading. The cards reveal no wandering eyes or divided loyalty, only complete and unwavering devotion toward you. This is not infatuation or passing curiosity. This is a spiritual magnetism that anchors them completely. What they carry for you burns steady and quiet, and it does not flicker even in the dark. No distraction could compete with what you mean to them, and no other presence comes close. So take this message in fully today because it belongs to you and it was always yours. Now let us come in close to what is stirring on your side of this whole connection. You have been carrying so much inside, and most of it you have not spoken out loud yet. Your emotions run deeper than you let the world witness, and that silence holds more weight than words. Something within you shifted a long time ago, and ever since, nothing has felt quite the same for you. You sense the depth of this bond, and that awareness is exactly what makes it overwhelming at times. Part of you wants to lean all the way in, and another part still hesitates out of self protection. Let us see what the cards are showing today because they speak volumes about your inner world right now. So, the first card for you is the Star, and it captures your emotional truth with incredible precision. The Star reflects a quiet, enduring hope you have been cradling inside. Even through long seasons of confusion, you never fully release this feeling. And that persistence reveals how deeply invested your heart has truly been. Even when doubt crept in, something within you kept whispering that this bond was worth holding space for. That kind of faith does not grow from wishful thinking. It roots itself in a place of soul recognition. What the Star also illuminates is your vulnerability, a willingness to stay open when logic gave no guarantees. You chose belief over fear, and that choice was not reckless. It was guided by something beyond the mind. Your intuition has been speaking for a while now, and you have been listening even when it frightened you. A courage lives in your stillness that most would never notice. But the cards recognize it immediately here. You did not manufacture this feeling. It arrived on its own and settled into your bones without permission. The Star confirms that your hope is not misplaced. It is anchored in something real and spiritually earned. The next card coming through is the Queen of Cups, and this one mirrors your emotional center precisely. Intuitive depth, emotional generosity, and a love that pours without condition or calculation. That is what this card holds. This card tells me that you love in a way that is full, present, and rooted in genuine warmth. You do not hold back once your heart decides. And right now, your heart has already chosen its direction. What this card also shows is undeniable. You absorb emotions within this connection more than you should. You feel everything at a frequency most cannot reach, and that intensity is both your gift and your burden. Your emotional awareness here is extraordinary because you read beneath the surface without needing any outside validation. You sense truths that remain unspoken, and that knowing keeps you steady even when the feelings run wild. You process love differently than most with layers of thought, care, and a tenderness that cuts painfully deep. This card validates that your emotional investment is not weakness, it is the purest form of strength you hold. As a water sign ruled by the moon, the Queen of Cups is your natural energy, and she confirms that your depth has always been your truest power. No part of you questions whether this is real because your body, your spirit answered that long ago. You gave this connection a home inside yourself, and nothing has been able to uproot it since that moment. Your loyalty to this feeling is quiet but fierce, and it burns with a flame that will not fade. Then we have the Four of Wands, and this card speaks to the stability you quietly built within yourself. Inner celebration, quiet confidence, and a recognition that what you feel has genuine foundation. All of that lives here. You reached a point where your emotions are no longer uncertain. They are settled and deeply rooted inside you. A steadiness formed in your heart that was not always there, and it came from enduring every doubt. This card confirms you are emotionally prepared. You have done the inner labor required to sustain this bond fully. You are not chasing illusions. You are standing firmly in a love that you cultivated through patience and trust. Your side of this connection is solid, grounded, and overflowing with sincerity that cannot be manufactured or imitated. Everything you carry is confirmed by these cards, and your emotional foundation is exactly where it needs to be. The depth of what you carry is extraordinary, and every card pulled today mirrors that truth back to you. You hold this love with grace, with depth, and with a certainty that rises only from the soul itself. Okay, let us go deeper into this because now we need to talk about what is happening inside of them. This person has been wrestling with emotions they did not expect, and it has shaken their entire inner world. They did not plan to feel this intensely about you. And that lack of control frightens them at their core. What lives inside them right now is a pull so magnetic, so consuming that they cannot rationalize it away. They have tried to make sense of it logically, and every attempt falls apart the moment they think of you. You occupy a space in their mind that nobody else has ever reached, and that reality unsettles them deeply. Come in close because the cards are about to reveal exactly what is unfolding beneath their surface right now. So, the first card we have for them is the Knight of Pentacles. And this one speaks to their devotion. The Knight of Pentacles carries a loyalty that is slow, deliberate, and rooted in something far beyond impulse. Here, this person is not treating what they feel for you casually. They are holding it with serious weight and care. Their feelings did not arrive in a rush. They built gradually over time and settled into something unshakable within. What this card reveals is a person who commits silently, who invests without fanfare, and who means every bit of it. They are not the type to scatter their attention, and that is precisely why their focus on you is so telling. This person guards their emotional energy fiercely, and the fact that you have access to it says everything already. The Knight of Pentacles confirms their attraction to you is not fleeting. It is built on solid emotional ground. They feel a responsibility toward what they carry for you, almost as if protecting it is second nature to them. Nobody asks them to feel this way, and yet they cannot stop because it lives in them like a permanent truth. Their devotion runs quiet but relentless, and every day it grows a little deeper than the one before it. The next card coming through is the Moon, and this one uncovers the fears hiding beneath their composed exterior. The Moon exposes anxiety, confusion, and a deep uncertainty about whether they deserve what they feel for you entirely. This person is afraid not of you, but of the magnitude of their own emotions and where they could lead. They question themselves constantly, wondering if they are enough, if what they carry inside will ever be reciprocated. What the Moon also reveals is that they hide the depth of their feelings deliberately out of fear of rejection. They wear a mask of composure, but underneath there is a storm of longing they have never shown to anyone. Their fear is not indifference. It is the opposite. It is proof that what they feel matters too much to risk. They would rather carry this silently than face the possibility of losing you by revealing the full scope of it. The Moon confirms that their silence is not a lack of interest. It is a shield built from vulnerability itself. Every unspoken word they swallow costs them something, and yet they choose that pain over the risk of exposure. This person lives in constant tension between wanting to reach for you and fearing what honesty might destroy. Their inner world is far louder than they will ever let you witness, and it revolves entirely around you. Then we have the Nine of Cups, and this card shifts the tone to something warmer and deeply revealing here. The Nine of Cups is a card of emotional fulfillment of desires held close to the chest and cherished privately. This person already knows what they want, and it is you without hesitation, without comparison, and without a single doubt. You are their wish fulfilled, the answer to something they stopped believing was possible a long time ago inside them. What this card confirms is that their attraction is not superficial. It is tied to a dream they protect fiercely. They picture a life with you in it, and that vision brings them a peace nothing else has ever provided. This card shows a person who is emotionally complete when they think of you, as if you fill every gap. Their spirit recognizes yours, and that recognition is not something they chose. It is something that happened beyond their will. Everything inside them points toward you, and no distraction, no distance, and no fear has been able to change that. This person is yours in ways they have not yet confessed, and the cards leave absolutely no room for doubt. So let us go ahead and get into it, because this part is all about what they are about to do. This person is no longer sitting still, and the energy around them is shifting into motion right now. A decision has been forming quietly in the background, and it is almost ready to break through to the surface. They have been weighing their options carefully, but the scales have tipped and action is becoming unavoidable for them. What you are about to witness from this person is deliberate movement, not impulsive, not reckless, but intentional and clear. They are preparing to take a step that changes the dynamic between you, and it is closer than you think. So, the first card we have here is the Eight of Wands, and this card moves fast with undeniable momentum. The Eight of Wands represents swift action, rapid communication, and things finally accelerating after a long period of stillness. This person is about to reach out, and when they do, it will not be subtle or easy to miss. A message, a gesture, a move toward you is building, and the Eight of Wands says it arrives without warning. They are done overthinking, done circling the same thoughts, and now they are ready to translate feeling into behavior. The hesitation that once held them back is dissolving, and in its place, a sense of urgency is taking over. What the Eight of Wands also confirms is that this movement happens quickly, almost as if a dam finally breaks. Expect contact, expect presence. Expect them to show up in a way that feels sudden but has been brewing quietly. They are not going to ease into this gradually. They are going to arrive with clarity and unmistakable directness here. The Eight of Wands leaves no room for ambiguity. This person is coming toward you with purpose and real intention. Their next move carries the weight of everything they have been holding back, and it lands with full conviction. You will feel the shift before they even explain it because the energy itself announces their decision loudly. The next card coming through is the Chariot, and this one reinforces that their willpower is now fully engaged. The Chariot speaks of determination, forward momentum, and a refusal to let fear or doubt steer the direction anymore. This person has made an internal commitment, and now their external actions are beginning to align with that resolve. They are not waiting for permission, not seeking reassurance. They are choosing to move because standing still became unbearable. What the Chariot reveals is that obstacles no longer intimidate them. They have decided you are worth the risk entirely. Every barrier that once slowed them down is being overridden now by a drive that refuses to accept distance any longer. This card confirms that their approach will feel confident, focused, and grounded in a decision they already finalized internally. They are not testing the waters anymore. They are crossing them with both hands on the wheel and eyes forward. The Chariot shows a person in full control of their trajectory, and that trajectory leads directly to where you are. Their pace is picking up. Their mind is settled. And every step from here carries the weight of certainty. Nothing about their next move will feel accidental because they have rehearsed it inside their mind 1,000 times. They know exactly what they want to do, and the only thing left is the moment itself arriving for them. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles, and this card grounds everything into something tangible and physically real right now. The Ace of Pentacles represents a new beginning, a concrete offer, and something solid being placed on the table finally. This person is not just making emotional gestures. They are preparing to build something lasting and visible with you. Whether it is a conversation, a commitment, or a physical step forward, the Ace of Pentacles says it materializes soon. What this card confirms is that their action is not symbolic. It is practical and rooted in long-term intention here. They want to create something real, something you can touch and hold, something that proves their words are not empty. The Ace of Pentacles shows a foundation being laid, and this person is placing the very first brick deliberately now. Their movement is not a fleeting impulse. It is the start of something they intend to sustain and protect permanently. Every card in this part confirms one thing. This person is transitioning from feeling into doing, and it begins now. Now let us go into the part they would never say out loud. The confessions buried underneath everything. This person carries words inside them that they swallowed 1,000 times, and each one burns quietly. They rehearse conversations with you in their head that never make it past their lips, not once. What they hide is not small. It is enormous, and the weight of it sits heavy on their chest daily. Their silence is not empty. It is packed with sentences they wrote and erased, truths they almost spoke and pulled back. You have no idea how many times they nearly told you everything and then talked themselves out of it completely. Let us go ahead and dive into this because the cards are exposing what lives beneath their composure right now. So, the first card here is the Seven of Cups, and this one reveals the fantasies they guard most privately. The Seven of Cups shows a mind overflowing with visions of you, scenarios they play on repeat when nobody watches. They imagine what it would feel like to hold you without restraint, to say your name without pretending it means nothing. This person daydreams about a life where they already have you, and it consumes far more of their time than they admit. What the Seven of Cups exposes is that their desire is not passive. It is vivid and detailed and achingly specific. They picture mornings beside you, conversations that stretch into silence, and a closeness that erases every wall they ever built. These are not casual thoughts. They are confessions their mind offers when their mouth refuses to cooperate with their heart. The Seven of Cups confirms that their inner world revolves around possibilities with you, none of which they have voiced aloud. They want you in ways that terrify them because wanting this deeply means risking a loss they may not survive. Every unspoken fantasy is a confession in disguise, and the sheer volume of them tells you exactly where their heart sits. Their imagination has already built a life with you in it, and tearing that vision apart would shatter them entirely. The next card coming through is the Devil, and this one digs into the raw, unfiltered truth they bury deepest. The Devil speaks of devotion, so consuming it blurs the line between tender longing and absolute need. This person is not just attracted to you. They are consumed by you in a way that feels almost overwhelming to them. They think about you at hours they would never confess in ways that go far beyond anything casual. What the Devil reveals is a longing they cannot satisfy with anything or anyone else. No matter how hard they have tried, they have attempted to distract themselves, to redirect their attention elsewhere, and every single time it circles back to you. What this card confirms is undeniable. Their attachment to you has a gravitational pull. They stopped fighting long ago. They surrendered to this feeling privately in the quiet of their own mind, where nobody could judge them for it. This card exposes the part of them that wants to belong to you without conditions and have you belong to them. Their confession is deep and visceral. It is not dressed in poetic language inside their head. It is raw and consuming. They would never let you see the full intensity of what they carry because it would strip them completely bare. The Devil shows a person drowning willingly, choosing the depth over the safety of shallow water every single time. Then we have the Two of Cups, and this card reveals the most tender confession hiding beneath all that intensity. Here, the Two of Cups holds a secret wish for union, for a bond that is mutual and balanced and openly declared. What this person hides beneath the intensity is something far more vulnerable, a simple desire to be chosen back by you. They do not just want you emotionally or spiritually, they want the moment where you look at them and say yes. The Two of Cups confirms that their deepest confession is not about possession or craving. It is about belonging to you fully. They want partnership. They want reciprocity. They want to wake up knowing that what they feel is finally mirrored completely. This card exposes the softest truth they protect, that underneath every hidden thought is a person begging to be loved back. Their unspoken words are not just desire, they are a plea wrapped in silence. And every card here confirms that entirely. Everything they have swallowed, everything they have rehearsed, everything they dare not say, it all circles back to one confession. So let us bring everything together now because the final cards are showing where all of this is heading. The near future between you and this person is not uncertain. It is aligning with a clarity that cannot be ignored. Something is about to shift in a way that makes the connection undeniable, and both of you will feel it equally. The distance that once separated your energies is shrinking rapidly, and what replaces it is closeness you have both craved. So the first card here is the Sun, and this one brings a warmth that washes over everything ahead of you. The Sun represents joy, certainty, and a period where the truth of this bond finally steps into full visibility. What is coming is an opening, a moment where walls dissolve and honesty replaces all the guessing between you. This card confirms that the near future holds brightness, not confusion, and the fog that lingered is lifting for good. The sun says, "You will see this person more clearly than ever, and they will no longer hide what they carry." Expect warmth, expect openness, expect a version of them that feels liberated and fully present in your shared space. The next card is the Ten of Cups, and this one paints the picture of emotional fulfillment arriving naturally and gently. The Ten of Cups speaks of lasting happiness, of a bond reaching the place it was always destined to occupy. What lies ahead is not temporary relief. It is the beginning of a chapter that holds permanence and contentment. This card confirms that the connection between you is moving toward wholeness, toward a love that finally feels complete. Then we have the King of Wands, and this card grounds the future in passion and confident forward momentum. Here, the King of Wands carries boldness, creative energy, and a fire that sustains itself without burning anything down. Together, these cards paint a future filled with light, emotional richness, and a passion that endures beyond the moment. What is ahead for you is not fragile, it is built to last. And every card here agrees on that entirely. Now, the advice coming through for you is simple but essential, and I need you to hold on to it tightly. Trust what you already feel, because your intuition has been accurate this entire time and it does not need proof. Do not shrink yourself to make this easier for them. Let your presence be as full and honest as it is. Stay patient, but do not mistake patience for passivity. Remain open without abandoning your own sense of worth. The cards are telling you that this bond does not require force. It only requires your willingness to receive. Allow this person the space to arrive at you on their terms because they are already walking in your direction. Now, let us come back to the message that started this reading because it holds even more weight than before. Your person is not interested in others. They are spiritually and deeply attracted to you, and every card confirms that. From the very first pull, the Empress showed the nurturing bond, and the Six of Cups revealed the soul recognition. The Hierophant sealed that with devotion, and the star reflected the quiet hope you have been carrying inside of you. The Queen of Cups mirrored your depth, and the Four of Wands confirmed the stability you built within yourself. The Knight of Pentacles showed their steady loyalty, and the Moon exposed the fears they hide beneath their composure daily. The Nine of Cups revealed their deepest wish, and the Eight of Wands confirmed that swift movement is already underway. The Chariot reinforced their determination, and the Ace of Pentacles grounded their intentions into something real and lasting. The Seven of Cups uncovered their private fantasies, and the Devil exposed a longing they cannot shake or redirect. The Two of Cups held their softest confession. And now the Sun, the Ten of Cups, and the King of Wands. They confirm that the future ahead is bright, emotionally whole, and fueled by a passion that refuses to fade. Every card across this reading pointed in one direction, and that direction has always been you without exception. This connection is real, it is sacred, it is protected, and it moves toward you with a force nothing can stop. You are deeply loved even in the silence, even in the distance, even in the moments where you questioned it all. Thank you so much for being here today. I truly hope this reading brought you the peace and clarity you needed.